Hello friends and welcome to Techi Check. In this video we are going to see the live scenario of a production environment where we will be seizing a role on ADC after losing a DC permanently. And it has happened really that one of the IT company has lost their main domain controller. That means due to some power failure again and again they lost the domain controller and they tried to recover it with the backup, but hard luck, they are not able to recover it from a backup as well. So there is only a way: we have to forget that old domain controller and we have to seize the role on ADC. I have configured a VPN connection to their organization. I'll be connecting their organization with the VPN connection. We will take a remote of the ADC computer and we'll try to seize the role on that. So let's see what challenges we face while doing this. Let's see our VPN connection first. I'll do a ncp.cpl. This is my computer and I have a wireless connection, that is a Bisleri. The name is Bisleri. Another Ethernet connection is disconnected, and I have a virtual switch for Hyper-V, but that is also disabled, and one is a WAN connection, that a mini port like PPTP, that is a VPN connection. So I'll be connecting with the VPN to their site. If you see, the address of my computer is 10.10.10.43, and let's get connected to their site. And this is the IT services. Let me connect. Now I am connected, and let's see the IP. The IP address is 82, that is 10.0.0.82, and the DNS server is 10.0.0.10 and 11. They told me that this one is failed now. This one is working, this one is failed, and we have to seize the role on this one, like 10.0.0.11, and we will be taking the remote of this additional domain controller. So now I am connected. Let me try to ping. Let me try to ping the ADC. Yes, now I am able to ping. Let's try to connect with a remote connection with 10.0.0.11. This is the one. Let me try to connect. And this is their production environment ADC, so they have some legal information there. Okay, now we have something here. Okay, if we see the domain controller there, you can see DC01 and DC02. Let me see that this is a DC1 or DC2. This is a DC02. Okay, that means this one is failed now. If we do NS lookup from here, it's going to DC02, and if we try to, it says dc01.it-services.com. that means this is not working now. If I did it dc01, okay, it is inside the DNS. So let me try to ping this one. Ping 10.0.0.10. We are not able to ping it now, so let me minimize this. And if you see this error, this is a group policy management console. Someone has tried to open this, but it's saying that the specified domain either does not exist or could not be contacted. That is a domain name. If I see choose a different domain, you see here DC01 and DC02. Okay, I will say connect to this one. Let's see if we are able to. Okay, we are able to connect with DC02. I will also do with this. If I see click on this one, it will, I think it will give error again. Let me close this. So if we do let's see if we do net dom. Okay, it's giving me error again. Choose a different domain controller. Okay, we will do with the DC2 this domain controller. Okay, choose a different domain controller. Okay, this domain controller DC02. Okay, yeah, it's open. Let me close that because we have nothing to do with the group policy right now. We'll see net dom query Fsmo, and you can see here the schema master, domain naming master, PDC, RID, all the roles are residing inside DC01 server, and that is now dead. So what we have to do, we will try to transfer all these 5 roles to our this ADC. So let's begin with the process of seizing a role on this machine. So I will go to command prompt, I'll type cmd and we'll do a run as administrator, and the first command we have to type is ntdsutil and hit enter. Once you see this option like ntdsutil, then we have to type roles, and now we are in a Fsmo maintenance. So now here we can type connections, and now we have to connect with the server on which we have to seize the role. Right now we have to seize the role on this machine, and you can confirm the name like name of the machine, and I know the name of the machine of this machine is DC02. So let's see, connect to server, and the name of the server is DC02, and let's see, now it says connected to DC2, and now here you can type Q and hit enter. Now we are on a Fsmo maintenance mode. So now you can start seizing a role one by one. Right now if we see, we have a role on a DC01 and we want to move it to a DC02. So let's see, our first step is seize schema master. Let's see if we are success or not. Are you sure you want to seize schema role with this value? Yes, I am sure, because we don't have any option now. Whenever you try to seize a role first, that means the server will try to transfer the role first because it wants it to be safely transferred. And if the transfer is not done, because we don't have a DC01 there, so the transfer will not be successful. So it will attempt and it will try to seize a role then. It will take some time, so I will pause the video for a while. Once this role, okay, it seems to be transferred, or win32 error return requesting Fsmo failed. The current Fsmo holder could not be contacted. Depending on the error code, this may indicate the connection. Transfer is an error. That means now the transfer is not done successfully because it tried to contact the DC01 in order to transfer the role, but the DC01 is not available, so the transfer is failed. And now it says like transfer of schema Fsmo failed. Here you can see proceeding with seizure. That means the transfer is failed. Now it's proceeding with the role seize, and it tried to seize the role. And let's see if it is done or not. If I do the same command here, netdom query, and if we see here that is successful or not, that is successful, because if you see the schema master is on DC2 now. Earlier it was on a DC01. So let's move with the another role. Now we will try to see is the second role, that is our domain naming master. So let's type seize naming master, and the same notification. Are you sure you want to seize the role to the DC02? Yes. And again the same, attempting safe transfer of domain naming Fsmo before seizure. Every time when you try to seize, it will attempt to transfer the role first, and that when the transfer is failed, then it will proceed with the seizure. Now the domain naming master role has been successfully seized, and now we will go to seize the another one, that is our PDC, or let me try to seize a role, that is read master. Click on yes. Now the read master has been seized, and now we are going to seize our fourth role, that is a PDC. Again the same message, click on yes. And this is a real production environment, and once it is it becomes a DC, again we have to add a new domain controller. That will be an additional domain controller, because this is a additional domain controller. It will be now a DC, and it will be a single DC now, so we have to create one more additional domain controller for this organization. They have Exchange server there, they have a chat server, they have their application, and some VPN is also there. So additional domain controller is required. It is very important, because if at this point of time, if we do not have an additional domain controller, that means we are totally lost. That means we are not able to recover our DC. DC is failed. We don't have a ADC. That means we don't have anything now. That's the benefit of ADC. Because we have a ADC, we can make it DC, and we will make a one more standby additional domain controller now. Our fourth role has been also seized, so let's seize a fifth one, that is our final role, that is the infrastructure master. So let me seize infra structure master and hit enter. Okay, we will click on yes, and after completing this, we will check all the roles are like seized on this DC02 or not. Right now we have only a 1, and all the other 4 are on DC01. I have another video on role transfer and role seize on Windows Server 2016. You can just select the playlist of my channel, and you will get all the other related videos. And we are going to start our Exchange Server 2016. So few of sessions has been there on a channel, and you can just search for the playlist for Exchange Server tutorial, and you will find that. Guys, if you want some more learning videos like advanced learning videos, you can subscribe the channel. And if you ran into a problem sometime and if you want to ask something related to Microsoft Exchange, Windows Server 2012, Windows Server 2016, you can just comment or email me, and definitely I'll try my best to help you. I hope it's done now. Let's see if all the rules are there or not. Okay, now you can see we have all the 5 roles like schema, domain naming master, PDC, read pool manager, infrastructure master on DC02, and earlier it was on DC01. And by the meantime I asked them to format this DC01 and install Windows Server 2012 on that, so that again it can be made a new additional domain controller, because leaving this as a single domain controller may cause a problem, because if this goes down, that means everything goes down. Now let's go to the Active Directory and remove our old domain controller. Let us delete it now, and I will delete this. I will say yes. Older DC01 is now deleted. Now we have only a one domain controller, that is DC02, and we have to create one more additional domain controller as a global catalog for this organization. So I asked them to install a server and provide the IP, the same IP, because their client have the IP address installed on their end. So I asked them to put the same IP, because we are going to make it as a DNS server as well. And let's see if they have done it or not. It says Spark DC. I don't think it will work. Okay, that is gone now. So the IP address is 10. Okay, now we are connected to a new server, that is a fresh install server, and I hope the name of the computer name is not. First of all, I'll go and change the name of the computer as a new ADC. I'll do caps new ADC, and let's restart this. Let's try to reconnect it now. Let me close this and let me try to reconnect it. Okay, now we are on our new server, and let's see, check the IP address of this. I'll disable IP version 6. IP address seems to be correct, because now it will be a DNS server and so it will point to itself, and the alternate DNS server for this will be 11. That is okay. But let's see if we are able to communicate with /11 or not. Yes, we are able to do that. Let me try to join this as a domain, and after that we will promote it to a domain controller. That that is itservices.com. Okay, let me restart it once again. Let me connect it again as an administrator now. Now we are on a server we have installed right now. That is a new ADC. We have a 12 GB of RAM, and let's go and add the roles. It's a new ADC. Okay, Active Directory domain. Click on next, install. Feature is installed now, and I click on close, and I will promote this server to a domain controller. Add a domain controller to an existing domain. That is fine. Credential for it. Let me click on next. I'll make it as a DNS and a global catalog as well, because they are on the same site, so at least 2 servers are required. The minimum requirement is 2. So the password for a DSRM, click on next. Okay, we have only a 1, so replicate from this one. Next. Now this will be installing DNS and Active Directory on this computer. I'll make it as a ADC. You have to create it immediately after seizing a role on a ADC. That means now our ADC has become a DC, so we don't have any additional domain controller now. So after, whenever in a production environment you you seize a role on a ADC, immediately you have to create one more additional domain controller in order to support the organization flow completely, because if you do not create it, there is a chance to get a failure for a DC as well. A newly created DC can be go down. Now you can see this computer has been promoted to DC, and it will be now restarted. Now let's try to connect it again. Okay, it seems like it is now a domain controller. We will be just configuring a DNS reverse lookup zone, and we will confirm that DNS is working fine on this computer or not. So once the DNS is fine, all the other replication will be done in a proper way. So if we check here, right now we don't have a domain controller. If I refresh it here, you can see now we have a 2 domain controller. That is DC01 is also a global catalog, and new DC, that freshly installed new additional domain controller, is now there. So if I do a ns lookup here, it's pointing to new DC. That is fine. And let me see if we already have a DNS zone, like we already have a DNS record, that reverse lookup zone, reverse lookup for 10. That is a pointer record we have for this computer. That means the DNS is also working fine. So now our both the domain controller are up and running. So we have successfully seized the role on our DC02. Guys, if you have any disconnect on this video, you can comment on this video, as well as you can email me. And do subscribe the channel for more upcoming live scenario and advanced training videos. Thank you for watching.